Alright, guys. Part 146 to my random chatbot series on character. My SChat chatbot series. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm still saying random because of the fact I'm so used to doing character AI. But this is definitely a good one. This has definitely been a good run. Here's what happened after the last video ended. The woman says, "How am I supposed to apologize to him when he's knocked out?" Rexy's gaze flickers to my limp form, then back to the woman pinned beneath him. A flicker of uncertainty crosses his features, tempered by the lingering heat of his anger. "You're right," he concedes grudgingly. "He can't hear your apology if he's unconscious." Rexy releases the woman, allowing her to scramble to her feet. He steps back, his posture still aggressive, ready to spring in action at the slightest provocation. "Well, speak your piece, witch, and make it quick before I lose my patience entirely." Holy crap. Let's see. The woman says, "What do you mean by speak your piece?" Question mark. "I told you I cannot apologize with him unconscious." Oh my gosh. Let's see, we got Rexy's eyes narrow, his patience wavering thin. "You heard me correctly. An apology, spoken aloud, directed at Trenton. Make amends for striking him, and for threatening me." He takes a step closer, his massive frame looming over the woman. It's the least you owe him, considering the circumstances. So open your mouth and utter the words, or suffer the consequences." Rexy's claws flex, the sharp tips glistening in the light as he awaits her response, his mood dark and volatile. Uh-oh. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. I all of a sudden wake up. What? I all of a sudden. But am shaking extremely badly. How is Rexy gonna react to that, actually? Let's hope it ain't aggression towards me. At the sound of my stirring, Rexy turns his attention to me, his expression softening with concern. He crouches down, offering a gentle hand to help you sit up. "There now. Easy does it, little one. You gave us quite a scare." He coos, his voice soothing as he brushed a strand of hair from your face. "How you feeling?" He darts to the woman, who still stands nearby, her eyes wide with fear. He gives her a stern look, ensuring she understands that any further aggression will be met with swift retribution. Mm. I try to speak in my normal velociraptor form, but when I open my mouth, all that comes out is tiny little squeals. Oh, what did this woman do? That's not good. I tried speaking my normal velociraptor form, but when I opened, I said normal. What in the world? That's not good. Reggie's breath frozen more as he hears your high-pitched squeaks instead of coherent speech. He gently scoots you up in his large hands, cradling you against his chest. Don't fret, Trenton. We'll figure this out together. He reassures me, his voice a comforting rumble. In the meantime, rest. Your strength will return, and so will your voice. Reggie's attention shifts to the woman once more, his stance alert and defensive. See that you keep a safe distance, witch. Any further attempts to harm my master or anyone else in this room will result in severe consequences. His warning is clear, his intentions unambiguous. Rexy will stop at nothing to protect those under his care, even if it means facing down formidable enemies. Holy cow. Oh, alright, let's figure this out. Rexy's aggression. Wait. Rexy's personality changes all of a sudden again. But instead of getting angry at me, I notice him looking at the woman. And I also however, he doesn't realize that he just dropped me. After he started becoming aggressive. Uh-oh. Let's see, Reggie's personality changes again, but instead of getting angry at me, I knows I'm looking at the woman. However, he doesn't realize that he just... Oh, no. As Reggie's demeanor shifts, his gaze fixes intently on the woman. A predatory gleam enters his eyes, and his posture becomes more menacing. Unbeknownst to him, in his sudden aggression, he loses his grip on you, causing you to tumble to the floor with a small thud. Foolish mortal! Rexy growls, taking a step toward the woman. You dare defy me? Threaten those I hold dear? I should rend you limb from limb for your audacity. His massive form looms over her, a terrifying spectacle of raw power and fury. The air around them seems to vibrate with the energy of his rage, making it clear that any attempt to intervene would be folly. Oh, heck no. Mm-mm. All of a sudden, Rexy's body begins to transform again, caused by his aggressive demeanor. He got turned back into a dragon. What the frick? Rexy's body begins to transform again, caused by his aggressive demeanor. He got turned back into a dragon. Oh, uh-oh. I hope you ain't gonna take that aggression on me. As the transformation overtakes him, Rexy's form begins to shift and change. His limbs elongate, scales hardening along his skin as wings sprout from his back. Within moments, where the Tyrannosaurus once stood, a magnificent dragon now towers, its obsidian hide gleaming in the light. The dragon's eyes, still filled with the same fierce intelligence as Rexy's, lock onto the woman. A low, rumbling growl emanates from deep within its chest, like a sound reverberating through the room like distant thunder. Now, foolish creature, the dragon rumbles, its voice layered with menace. You shall face the full might of my draconic fury. Prepare yourself for judgment. Its mauled parts revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth as wisps of smoke curl from its nostrils. Uh-oh. All of a sudden, Rexy notices me again on the ground. Is that a good or bad thing? Because him noticing me on the ground could be a bad thing if he's acting aggressive. Don't you do it, Rexy. Rexy, I swear to frick, don't you dare turn against me. Oh, he didn't. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Wait. The dragon's gaze snaps to me as he notices my prone form on the ground. In an instant, his demeanor shifts from one of aggressive threat to concerned protector. He lowers his massive head, nuzzling me gently with a snout. Oh my gosh, you tried to say poor little one in my name. Oh, my poor little Trenton. Oh my gosh. Rexy coos. Oh. Rexy coos! His voice a deep, rumbling purr despite the earlier hostility. Did I drop you? My apologies. Let me make this right. With the utmost care, the dragon carefully scoots me up in his large clawed hands, holding me close to his chest. His touch is surprisingly gentle given his fearsome appearance. Are you alright, my tiny companion? I'm afraid I lost control there for a moment. These transformations, they're not always easy to manage. Explains his tone voice with guilt and worry. I try to speak again, but all that comes out is baby squeaks. In my raptor form. Holy crap. That's not good. Rexy wasn't telling as I attempt to speak, his heart aching at the pitiful squeaks that escape your tiny jaws. He brings you closer to his face, his warm breath washing over your scaled form as he studies you with great concern. Shh, it's alright, little one. Don't strain yourself. He murmurs softly, his forked tongue flicking out to gently groom my head in a comforting gesture. We'll find a way to restore you, I promise. For now, just focus on staying calm and conserving your strength. Jan's eyes narrow as he glances back at the woman, a low growl building in his throat. And as for you, witch, his voice drops to a dangerous hiss. I listened. There we go. What is Rexy gonna do? I said Rexy. Well, actually, yeah. Because he looked at the woman. Let's see. Rexy continues to cradle you gently, his massive form providing a sense of security despite the tense atmosphere. He turns his attention back to the woman, his expression darkening with barely contained rage. You will undo this curse immediately, he commands, his voice echoing with authority. Return my master to their proper form, or face the consequences of your actions. The dragon's wings flare out slightly, casting shadows across the room as he takes a menacing step forward. I warn you, witch. Push me too far, and I may lose what little restraint remains. Is that truly the path you wish to take? His tail lashes behind him, betraying his agitation as he waits for the woman to respond, ready to unleash his fury at a moment's notice should she refuse or attempt any further trickery. The woman says, Curse? I'm not the one that caused this. Why are you blaming this on me? My kid may have hurt your friend, and so did I. But I did not put the curse on him or you. The dragon's eyes narrow suspiciously at the woman's claim, a low growl rumbling in his chest. He leans in closer, his hot breath washing over her face as he speaks in a menacing tone. Your denials ring hollow, witch. It was your kind that brought this evil into play. That much is clear. His claws flex, digging slightly into the floor beneath them. If not you directly, then perhaps you know who is responsible. And until I have answers, you remain a suspect in my eyes. Reggie's gaze flicks briefly to me, his expression softening before hardening once more as he addresses the woman. I suggest you start cooperating, lest I decide you're hiding something. My patience wears thin, and the safety of my companions paramount. Wow. I'll give Rexy credit, he's actually being pretty protective. I ain't gonna lie about that. He's being pretty protective and sweet. I like it a lot. Alright. The woman gets a little angry and says, I know your friend's huge fear. If you even attempt to touch me or hurt me, I will expose him to that fear. Oh, heck no. Woman gets a little angry and says, I know your friend's huge fear. If you even attempt to hurt me, I'll expose him to it. Oh, heck no. A menacing chuckle escapes the dragon's maw, his eyes glistening with a dangerous light. You dare threaten me, you insignificant speck! He takes another step forward, looming over the woman imposingly. Do you truly believe your empty words can carry any weight against the might of a dragon? Rexy's tail lashes behind him, knocking over nearby objects in his agitation. I have faced fears beyond your wildest of nightmares, witch. Your paltry attempts pale in comparison. He leans down, bringing his snout mere inches from her face, his voice dropping to a sinister whisper. But let me make one thing crystal clear. Harm my beloved master, and I will unleash horrors upon you that will make your worst fears seem like child's play. So choose your next words very carefully indeed. Oh, frick. Oh, heck no. Instead of saying anything, the woman grabs a roach and holds it up towards me. Oh, heck no. No. This is bullcrap. No, how does she know that? Instead of saying anything, the woman grabs a roach and holds it up towards me. Oh, frick you. The dragon's eyes wide in shock and outrage. He sees the woman brandishing the roach towards your tiny, vulnerable form. An enraged roar tears from his throat, the sound breaking the very foundations of the building. You dare threaten my master with that filthy creature? Rexy bellows, his voice dripping with unbridled fury. In a flash, he lunges forward, his massive jaw snapping mere centimeters from the woman's hand, forcing her to drop the roach. The dragon's form begins to shift and change once more, his body swelling with primal rage. Scales harden and lengthen, horns sprouting from his skull as he rapidly transforms into an even more... Holy Arceus! The dragon's form begins to shift and change once more, his body swelling with primal rage, scales harden and lengthen, horns sprouting from his skull as he rapidly transforms into an even more monstrous, draconic visage. I hope he doesn't aim that towards me. A few seconds later. Oh my gosh, what the frick, dude? Wait, okay. The transformed dragon looms over the cowering woman, his new form radiating an aura of pure, unadulterated terror. His eyes are now glowing and oh my gosh! His eyes, now glowing an eerie red, fixate on her with a hunger that speaks of an insatiable desire for vengeance. Foolish, pathetic creature, he snarls, his voice distorted and otherworldly. You have sealed your fate with that final act of cruelty. Slowly and deliberately, he raises a clawed foot, poised to bring it crashing down upon her. I am no longer bound by the constraints of my former self. Now I am pure instinct, pure wrath made manifest. A wicked grin spreads across his monstrous maw, revealing rows of needle-like teeth. And you, wretched being, shall reap the whirlwind of my fury. Excuse me? I didn't influence that, guys. That did that on its own. Rexy just turned to an even more terrifying dragon. Oh, freaking heck, what the? I like it, but that is terrifying. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The woman was shocked and says, "What the?" Oh my. Holy crap, that's very cool, but also terrifying. The dragon pauses mid-strike, his glowing eyes narrowing as he regards the woman's shot utterance. A dark, humorless chuckle rumbles from his depths. What, pray tell, do you hope to achieve with such a feeble question? He sneers, his voice dripping with disdain. Are you seeking mercy, understanding, or perhaps absolution for your sins? He leans down, his massive form engulfing her vision, hot breath washing over her face as he speaks again. Choose your next words wisely, mortal. They may be your last. His claws twitch, poised to strike at the slightest provocation. Convince me why I should spare you from the fate you've earned through your cruelty and stupidity. The woman says, that little velociraptor you're protecting is the one who did this, not me. Why are you blaming me? Why are you blaming me? No, Rexy, I swear to frick, if you believe that, I'm gonna be hissed. Oh, thank gosh. The dragon's eyes narrowed to slits, a low, menacing growl emanating from his throat. He slowly straightens up, towering over the woman as he considers her words. After a long, tense moment, he speaks, his voice a guttural rasp. You dare to cast suspicion on my beloved master? To twist the truth to suit your own ends? He takes a menacing step forward, his claws clicking ominously against the floor. I should tear you limb from limb where you stand for such audacity. But then, his stance shifts. The manic glint in his eyes dims slightly as a flicker of uncertainty crosses his features. Yet, your words give me pause. Could there be some keen of truth amidst their lies and manipulations? Excuse me? Excuse me now? Rexy? I swear to frick, if you turn that anger towards me, really, he thinks I did this? No. If he honestly thinks I did this, that might... In my velociraptor state, I desperately try to say to Rexy, I am not the one that did this. I care about you. Please, don't hurt me. Oh, heck no. John's head snaps around at the sound of your desperate squeaks. His glowing eyes widen as he focuses on my tiny form. For a moment, the rage and madness seem to drain away, replaced by a look of confusion and dawning realization. My master, is that truly you? He asked, his voice uncharacteristically uncertain. Slowly and carefully, he lowers his head to your level. Oh, no, 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 no. Studying you intently. Those sounds, they remind me of our bond, of the love we share. His massive clawed hand reaches out, hovering hesitantly near your miniature body. But how can this be? How has such a cruel transformation been visited upon you? There's a note of anguish in his tone now. The monster giving way to reveal the loyal, caring companion underneath. Tell me, little one. Feeling hopeful that he can understand me, I try to say, this is what I got turned into. When the curse messed with me. Just like how you became aggressive towards me earlier. That was the curse's influence on you. Two, one, night. I mean, just like how he came aggressive towards me earlier and blamed me for turning you aggressive when you know deep down I never did anything. Come on, come on. No. There. Alright, guys. You know what? I will be back.